airport. And so I got my charts going, but anytime you have to do like that, it's extra time, extra planning, and I already got to pee like a racehorse. So shit, it's another half an hour plus possible diverting. Okay, where are those bags? So I fished one of these out of the kit. And so here I'm the only one in the plane, all right? It's a 4-seater, but, working my pants down, getting one of these little bags. Meanwhile, I'm flying a fucking airplane. Oh, I tell you, when you're doing that, you just got to go slow, because I'll bump the yoke and, level the wings again, all right? Get nice and easy. Oh, man. So, got that business done, and I think it was...
Yeah, you hit the crash and your pants are down.
It was a holiday. It was either Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day or something like that. Anyway, it was just...
You got to tell the story, the one about your glider trip. Cooper's never heard it from you.
Oh, really?
He's read it.
All right, let me finish this drink and I'll get warmed up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Just got out of the Navy, and so we're in this political science class together. We're talking the talk, and he's a big-time sailplane pilot, and he invited me to go up flying with him. And I know nothing about airplanes. Well, I know a little bit about airplanes. What I know about airplanes, though, comes from this arcade game called Afterburner, which is pretty cool. I mean, you sit in this tub and you put in your 50 cents, and it was $1. It was a really nice game, and you fly an F-14. And you've probably never seen these.
No, but I've been in like simulators and stuff. And
it's kind of like a simulator.
Yeah, I know.
But you got the stick, and you fly it, and you move the stick this way, and the plane obeys, which is pretty cool. There are no foot pedals, but you don't need those, and it was a lot of fun. So I think, okay, that's all I know about flying at this point. And so one Friday afternoon, we go out to Hemet Airport in Riverside County. And he's a member of this sailplane rental club. And he gets this plane out. It's a Schweitzer glider, tandem seat, and he's hoses it down, and he's getting it all ready. He's explaining to me what these things do, and I'm not paying attention because he's flying. I'm not. I got my little camera. I'm taking pictures. So he pulls the plane out onto the runway, and he hooks up the tow plane, which like an ag-cat kind of airplane pulls up. And I get in the front seat, and he buckles me in. He says, okay. He starts to climb in the back, and then he decides he doesn't like the way his seat is, so he gets out, and he's fiddling with the seat, and the tow rope, with a jerk, takes off, and the tow plane is going. And so I'm rolling, and my buddy falls out, gets clobbered in the back of the head by the rear stabilizer as the plane passes over him, the glider. And I hear him yell, wait, or something like that. And I'm deciding, oh boy, this is not the place to be. So I undid the straps, and I'm just ready to bail out. And the thing just takes off. So we're going. We're hauling ass.
Canopy up? So.
Canopy is up, but as soon as it lifted off, it slammed shut. And oh fuck, here I am. I don't know anything about flying a plane. And the wings start to do one of these numbers. I'm thinking, okay, afterburner, right? I got a control stick. I do this. The wings do this. Okay, I got this for now. And man, you talk about all of a sudden starting to focus on what you're doing. So we're just climbing like crazy, and I'm climbing a lot higher than what the tow plane is. And we get a few hundred feet in the air, and he realizes that there's something really wrong behind him, and I'm going to kill us both. So we cut loose his end of the cable. There I go. I'm in the sky overhead it, and realize I've got to get back and land this runway somehow. So, I figured that, okay, this moves the wings. There's control pedals down there. Afterburner didn't have pedals, so I'm not touching those. I don't know what to do. I got my hands full. Just by using aileron alone, this control stick, I kind of banked the plane and managed to almost completely circle the airport. So I'm coming in and parking lot over there, runway here. Can't quite get the plane to want to go there. There's a grassy area, and there's some parked airplanes in the grass, so I'm going to transfer the grass area. And just at the last few seconds, I must have stalled the plane because he just dropped out of the sky like a lawn dart and crashed straight down into another plane.
And mind you, you don't have your...
I don't have a seatbelt on. So I go right through the canopy. And with a roll, bang, he just came right in my back. Oh, man.
Did you lose your breath?
Oh my God, everything hurt. And I thought I'd broken my arm, and I started to get up, and I realized, oh shit, I can't. So I kind of laid back down, and I waited for whatever was going to happen next, the ambulance or whatever, because everybody in the airport must have seen me, because I was right there. So the
You
first
hit another plane or something, didn't
That
you?
guy
I crashed into a California firefighting airplane, an old World War II flying boxcar, C-119 or whatever they call those things, a giant airplane. And
The nose hit the dirt and you rolled up or something, or?
yeah, the nose just crumpled on the dirt, and I went through the plexiglass and was thrown clear.
How high up were you when it stalled out?
Probably about 60 feet. Somebody told me. So, high enough.
Yeah.
And I was moving too at a rate of speed. So I got the ambulance ride to the local hospital, and they x-rayed everything, didn't break a single bone. They stitched up my knees where I had, big lacerations and all that. Got all bandaged up. I had, big old wounds on my arms and my chest. And they released me after a few hours, miraculously.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Greg Frank, the guy who was the intended pilot, I returned to the airport, and because I had to get my other shoe. So I went back there, and by now there's yellow police tape.
Yeah.
And I go out there, and I'm digging around in there, and my camera I found in lots of pieces, so I just left it. Found my shoe, and this guy comes out of the rental office, says, "Hey, you!" And Greg says, that's the airport manager. He says, "You get away from there!" I said, "Hey, I was the pilot of this plane." He says, "No, you weren't. I'm calling the police." So he goes back inside, and we got out of there. I didn't care. So I was busted up. I could barely move out of bed for a while.
Yeah.
But eventually, healed up. And the FAA, NTSB did their investigation. I got a copy of the report. It's about a half-inch thick, and pretty much everybody's at fault except for me. But the airport management and the flight school was so delighted that I didn't sue the bejesus out of everybody. They gave me a flight log, and so my first actual flight is officially recorded in a flight log, signed by an instructor pilot, and it says, Kurt Sturr, first solo, landing unsatisfactory.
What did the tow pilot say he saw? I mean, he just thought he saw you a sign to go, or?
I don't know. I'd have to review the report to see what he said.
Well,
But typically, as I understand it, the signal is to wag the rudder, and nobody was touching the rudder pedal. I certainly wasn't, as a passenger.
well, tell a story when you got your pilot's license and your instructor said, "Have you had any something FAA reports or something?"
So years ahead, I said I don't want to be a pilot, and I met my CFI for the first time, and we're talking, fill out the forms, getting to know each other. Okay, so what we got to do? Yeah, okay. I've done a lot of looking into this, so I'm expecting this. He says, all right. He says, I have to ask you this. It's pretty much just a formality, but have you ever been investigated by the FAA for any incidents? And I said, well, there was this one time. So keep in mind,
And nobody says this.
Nobody ever says this,
right.
I guess. So we're sitting in a very small, very busy, bustling FBO, fixed base operation, at the Reed Hillview Airport, San Jose. Pilots, CFI, student pilots are running in and out, getting their clipboards, checking their planes out. And so I'm sitting right here in the chairs with him, and I'm telling him this story that I just happened. And it went from a busy, noisy operation to the time I'm done telling him my story, you could have heard a pin drop as people going. So that's what I got. I got my story from this event.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think my second flight, though, we were up there and ran into some turbulence, and the plane we were flying just dropped, and I think,
Deja vu.
yeah, you know what? We're done. I want to land. He says, really? You're going to have to get used to turbulence when we fly. I says, not today. So we landed, and I had to think about whether or not to go back, but I did, and I'm glad. So